There's some more population. Recruitable population factor 5%. We could also work on the navy, but with no manpower, having navies is kind of pointless because we can't build any ships. Air Force. I think I would like to get some land doctrine speed bonuses. And then we could also do the foreign affairs. I don't think I want to do that. I think we're going to work on the army. We must re-examine the Finnish army in order to ensure that standards are up to date and that we may weather the oncoming storm of any potential instability. The Finnish army is the first and last line of defence with regards to the preservation of Finland's independence. Hey, that guy from California. He died of polio in 1926, just remembered, leaving it possible for Jack Reed and Huey Long to split the Democratic vote, leaving the Democrats as a rump party and the Republicans unpopular thanks to Hoover. Aha. Can I show the King of Ukraine? I can. King of Ukraine is Danili the First. Or Danil. Son of the famous hetman, has ascended to the Ukrainian throne with a long power struggle between the hetman and the monarchy finally resolved. Ukraine breathes a sigh of relief. Danil aims to bring stability in order to Ukraine and decisively eradicate the Ukrainian socialist movement. While not openly hostile towards Germany, he seeks to assert Ukrainian independence and reorient the Ukrainian economy to serve Ukrainians alone. Which is why they wouldn't sell me grain. Am I going to link the midnight stream on Discord when it's up? Absolutely I will. And yes, talking about that game, I'm just going to keep on spamming this for the next couple of days because it's a big deal. I'm part of the 3-day war on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, and I'm doing a stream which is going on Steam tomorrow night. Saturday midnight, going into Sunday, obviously. Okay, 1939, 6th of February. I think we're going to get... No, we're not. Doctrine's still going. Yes, we are, in fact. Going to get that. Concentrated industry. And we have enough political power for a new thing. Weapons manufacturer would allow me to get better artillery before we actually research it. That's infantry equipment, not artillery. Artillery manufacturer. This is the one I'm looking at. Soft attack and breakthrough. I honestly don't think we're going to have the fuel for either of those, so I think I'm going to get Tampella. Soft attack and breakthrough for artillery. The Ottomans are getting pushed back. Yeah, generally whenever Iran joins this war, the Ottomans do tend to do fairly badly. Although I have to say they've done better this time around than they very often do. Terror Confederation just rose. That's going to be causing the French Republic some problems. They're now in a fight. Have they fixed the Scandinavian states, or are they still broken? From when? Because there was very recently a new update to Scandinavia, and I believe as part of that they fixed the former problems. But yeah, that's why I'm playing as Finland, because they have a new set of focuses. I know Sweden, Norway, Denmark and Iceland all do too. Wadai declared war on the French Republic. Al-Baiden declared war on the French Republic. French Republic declared war on Tuaregs. French Republic's having some serious problems. Yeah, so all of that stuff has now been fixed, apparently. And I believe that Scandinavia itself has an actual focus tree now. I think that was one of the problems previously, that it didn't. But Sweden's in the Reichspakt alongside us, so it's the Northern Stars. All we need now is Norway to join too. I think Norway went fascist, didn't it? No, it didn't. Sweden went fascist, that's what happened. Yeah, national populist. As did Russia. No. Russia went democratic. How can I keep forgetting that Russia is a democracy? It's like the most democratic state in this game right now. So I will be very sorry to have to put them down. Ooh, these guys need training. be arranged. Giving me some military experience, which is nice. Now, did I ever start production of motorized? I did! Well done, past Mordred. Well done. And construction. We are now working on the last of the civilian factories that I had ordered up. And then we need to start working on infrastructure again. Although, depending on when that finishes, we may well get concentrated industry. It depends if that's going to take 96 days, which I strongly doubt. The Australasia First movement. Surprising news from the Republic of Australasia, as Percy Stevenson's AFM managed to gain control of Parliament in the recent elections. The Australasia First movement is an anti-British party which has been capitalising on anti-war sentiment in Australasia, and now promises to cut all ties to the British Crown in addition to an eventual withdrawal from the Entente Alliance. The group is renowned for its authoritarian syncretic rhetoric, and expectations are high that Prime Minister Stevenson will quickly take steps to eliminate democratic rule in Australasia, in addition to his transformation of the country into a republic. Already, demonstrations as well as violent encounters led by the Australasian Guard have broken out across the nation, and it is currently unknown if the Entente intends to intervene. Yeah, so the reason my Germany game broke is there was an unexpected update. Basically, the Kaiserreich development team is split into different teams who work on the different parts of the game. So China was expected to be the next really big update, but apparently the Scandinavian team finished their work like months ahead of schedule. So they went, well, we've got it, we may as well release it, which is why my save broke, and because I had no... and that's also why I had no forewarning, because it was never announced, it was never talked about. It was just, oh, by the way, here's Scandinavia. Okay, so we have now got the Finnish army. Unfortunately, we can't get bombard the enemy, which is a research bonus for superior firepower doctrine. We get the crappy grand battle plans. That is unfortunately wasted. But we did get the experience, so we just continue down this line. There is no need to change our current doctrine. Yes, there is. Planning out a battle is the best thing we can do to prepare for the best and worst case scenarios. No, it's not. After all, it's better to be safe than sorry. Yes, it is. Why hasn't Russia just poured over the border and crushed you, or has it only got a rubbish army? Because I'm allied to Germany. Finland in this game is like Germany's closest ally, which is something I hadn't really realised, but at least from the Finnish perspective, we are Germany's closest ally. Like one of the most loyal. And I've been fully going down that line, so we are not really a German puppet, but also totally a German puppet. And Russia does tend to focus on Central Asia before Europe. That is true. So I'm a little bit surprised they've not gone after the Turkestan Khanate yet. Or Mongolia, for that matter. In fact, Mongolia may actually survive to do fairly well, because nobody's been picking on them. In fact, Turkestan Khanate's got a pretty decent army. Pretty decent industry, even. So does Mongolia. If Russia declared war on Turkestan and Mongolia at the same time, they might actually lose. And if these two allied, then they'd be pretty potent. Germany and Finland are BFFs. Yes, they really are. How's the Finland run going? Norway turning into the Nordic Federation is broken. It crashes over time. Really? Well, Finland's doing good. Can't say what Norway's doing. The Dominionists win in South Africa. Civil war that's been ravaging South Africa has been bloody and bitter, dividing across ethnicities, political ideology, and ancestry. The Dominionists fought to defend the Cape, while the isolated South Rhodesia protected Salisbury with every man they had, and the Afrikaners fought furiously on two fronts. As the dust settled, the Dominionists seem to have come out ahead, with the troops of Rhodesia and the Federation fully reunited after a decisive push on Pretoria. If South Rhodesia may soon rejoin the Federation, their bravery will further inspire the Rhodesian people. The Federation, on the other hand, is soon looking outwards to the Entente. And Middle Africa did not fragment this time either. Any plans on expanding west? Not really. I'm kind of want to see what Germany does. So French Republic are winning their wars. CSA war is still ongoing. I'd love to be able to join this. I just don't have enough divisions, nor do I have the manpower to maintain those divisions. Even if I could, I'd need 5 more. It's too expensive. I have the equivalent for it, so our troops are going to be stupendously well equipped. There's just not going to be very many of them. Speaking of which, in fact, I should be editing these division templates. So I do want another artillery. I want to remove 1 infantry. And just to neaten this up a bit, we're going to do that. And that gives me 5 points, or leaves me 5 points. Field hospital. Not that. And recon we cannot afford. This is looking good to me. So support equipment we will be short on. Motorized we've just about enough of. Infantry equipment we're fine. And then towed artillery will be a bit short on. So we need support equipment and we need artillery. Oh. Why is this costing more manpower? I thought it would reduce the amount of manpower we're using. Oh, I see. These cost a lot of manpower. 2 of these is roughly equal to 1 of those. In fact, 1 of these is half of 1 of those. Interesting. Okay, well, we're just going to have an manpower shortage for a bit. Does war support increase mobilization speed? But we're already fully mobilized, so that's irrelevant. So artillery and support equipment are what we absolutely need. And support equipment, I know from experience, is really slow to build. The Khanate leader looks like a total baller. Oh, this guy is a legend. The Mad Baron, Roman von Ungern Sternberg. He's a real character as well, look him up. Fascinating. Fascinating guy. But he basically stylizes himself as Genghis Khan II. Okay, so civilian factories are done. I'm going to start building just 1 set of roads. Am I short on any resources currently? I'm actually short on steel. Now steel I can do something about, because we do have a little bit of that in the nation. So let's go and upgrade Saffel. No, better yet, we've only got 1 factory slot. Finland is a very resource poor country, apparently. Let's build No. Let's build you up. And then you. And you. Not sure when, but Paradox added motorized artillery. I like that my speedy tanks can now get an artillery line without researching the modifications. Yes! I really, really do like that. Are tanks going to be a next step for me? No, because I have no sources of oil at all. None. Doesn't exist. And any oil that I do get drip fed is going to drip fed is going to be used in my submarines. Right, technologies. Those are all done. I would like to research the 39 artillery, seeing as I have the research company for that. I would also very much like to research the 1939 guns, but I don't think I want to do that until I have the next political power thing. So instead, let's get Field Hospital 2s. No oil from trade. Yes, you can get oil from trade, but that's civilian factories I'm then having to use for trade. And I don't want to. I'm going to need them. Because although I say that we have a strong economy, compared to most other countries, we don't. Hellenistic Socialist Republic took 1 state, the Greek state was annexed, so Greece has fallen to the communists. So of all the nations that can go communist, Iran did, Greece did. I think that's it. Brazil's gone Entente. Spain's gone either Entente or Reichspakt, I'm not sure. America is probably going to go Entente. Japan's gone neutral. Netherlands is actually fighting back quite nicely. Netherlands, I think, is Reichspakt still. Let's double check that. Is this really called Dutchland? This is really called Dutchland. Really? Dutchland? I mean, I get it. This is the pro-monarchist one where Wilhelmina basically assumes absolute power. Dutchland! That hurts. That really hurts. That should just be the Koninkrijk der Nederlanden. Dutchland. I mean, like the Socialist Netherlands becomes Batavia. I get that. Dutchland, though. I don't think this is even the far-right Netherlands. It's not national populist. This is just paternal autocrat, which is absolute monarchy. Hence Wilhelmina's in charge. But Dutchland! I'm trying to see how on earth that even happened. I haven't done any of that stuff yet. It's not these two. That's the socialist line. That's the national popular... No, it's not. That's the democratic line. So this must have been Reinders Putsch or VNH electoral victory. Yeah, I think it was that one. And then they've gone down here probably for like the Queen's speech. The only man in the Dutch government, yeah, exactly. Be right back, need to snort some tulips and build some dikes to recover from this insult. Dutchland. Increased manufacturing capacity would be good. Emphasize discipline. It's extra organization. Can't do that because we don't have this one. Let's get the emphasized discipline. Discipline is the most important thing in any army. So long as our soldiers act in unison as a well-oiled machine, and our officers exist to lead that well-oiled machine, we can ensure that virtually every battle will go in our favour. And having high organisation is perhaps one reason not to go heavy artillery. Because then you really do maximise the amount of organisation you get in your armies. Although I suspect that our org is already going to be pretty decent. I mean, it's 44 with, what, 4 doctrine techs? We are still pretty heavy on the infantry. Two Sicilies have joined the Reichspact. Ooh, we're getting even stronger. And Fentiang's just declared war on Qing. With the growth of the geopolitical blocs comes rising tension, and many other countries now face difficult choices of alignment. The spectre of war looms over the region, and perhaps the whole world. There's Fentian, there's Qing. So China is just up in arms right now. Union of South Africa has joined the Entente. So the Entente gets ever stronger. Is Charleston fallen again? Charleston has fallen again. Like I said, this battle line is really in flux. Oranjeland would have been better. That's true. Best keep an eye out on those stylists. Swedeland. At least this got like Swedish state. Dutchland. Huzzah! Wolf5, thank you very much for the resubscription to Twitch Prime. 2 months now. Nice one. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. French Republic took 2 states from would die. I think that's the Tuareg uprising dealt with for them. Oh, Germany sold Ceylon, so they went down that path. Interesting. Yeah, this is definitely like a border right there. I wonder if the American Civil War can ever end in like stalemate. If it goes on long enough and brutally enough. How's this looking? Bloody hell, these guys have lost 4 million. And the CSA has lost 3 million. America's going to be in absolutely no shape to fight after this. Sure, they'll have a huge industry, but they're not going to be able to field any troops. AUS is almost tapped. Pacific States is almost tapped. This is not good. They're already on all adult serve. Extensive. Oh dear. I may actually lose just because I'm pushing too hard. June 1939. Oh crap. You know what I've got? Encryption, decryption. Let's get those as soon as possible. Yes, the CSA and AUS can piece each other out. Ah. The America Land War continues. Thank you! That's a name I approve of, especially Dutchland. With the growth of the geopolitical blocks comes rising tension, so the Greeks have joined the Third Internationale. Is Germany just doing nothing as it looks like it is? Pretty much. Germany is waiting for France to make a misstep. This war usually starts with France declaring on Germany rather than vice versa. Because remember, Germany are the victors. They have nothing to prove anymore. They're trying to hold their empire together as it collapses due to the Great Depression, known in this as Black Monday. What did I just complete? Not sure. I'm going to go with the engineers. Engineering. Right. Artillery is what finished. Aha! And the other one already finished, so I can actually build another military factory. Let's get that done first. Germany just has to wait. France is usually the guy starting things. The longer it takes for the Weltkrieg, the better shape Germany will be in. Yeah, exactly. Like this entire time, Germany is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger and building up its industry. Because it's in a real mess early on. It really gets hit hard. You have a lot of negative penalties, and the longer you have, the more of those penalties you can get rid of. While France and Britain are actually pretty strong in comparison. But the longer they take to get their act together, the stronger Germany becomes. Alright, new focus. Increase manufacturing? Increase manufacturing. While our current rate of arms production is sufficient, we must also turn our focus towards the continual development of our industry to allow for an even greater production numbers in the future. If it kicks off early, it's usually over Switzerland. Switzerland didn't go communist this time, which means one less fault line. And like Belgium becoming communist is another, Netherlands becoming communist is another. I'm a little bit surprised that nothing started with Russia. Although I guess democratic Russia is going to be a lot less aggressive than, say, national populist Russia. Oh dear, they've crossed. They've got another river right here, but they have crossed. Out of interest, do you take penalties for being on a war footing for so long with no war? No. Just getting onto the war footing is fairly difficult and quite expensive. So the fact that I've done it early is a really good thing, but it has been expensive. Huzzah! Waiting for the second one to come up. Huzzah! Poznik showing the generous spirit right there. Thank you very, very much, Poznik. That's crazy. Thank you. Obvious Man and Velad Ache, possibly. Thank you very much. No. Welcome to the Borderlings. You got a subscription. Congratulations. Poznik, you're a legend. Thank you so much. And actually, this seems like a good moment to say, because we're at 100 viewers, I will be streaming lots of Hearts of Iron over the weekend. So on Sunday, kicking off at 6 PM British Summertime, I am participating in the 3-day war, which Paradox is putting on. This is one of Paradox's really big YouTuber slash Twitch streamer slash developer multiplayers that they do. And I am playing as Spain. I am in the French-Iberian Alliance. Spain, France and Portugal are all in the same side. Then we have got 3 other teams. I can never remember which team hasn't actually been announced yet. So I'm a little bit reluctant to talk about what those are. But if you go to the Hearts of Iron 4 Twitter, you'll see the announcements as they are made and who else is playing. So I am super excited for that. Thank you, Marshall, for posting that one up. I really do hope you'll join me for that. Then also on Saturday night, midnight Saturday, going into Sunday, I will be doing Europa Universalis 4 sponsored stream. So Paradox is sponsoring me for that one. And that one's actually going to be on Steam. So if you go to the Hearts of Iron... No, if you go to the Paradox Grand Strategy sale on Steam, you'll see me there. It'll be a big box, and it's going to be me going... Poor Spain, so far from God, so close to France. Ouch. Our finest hour. British politician and former Lord of the Admiralty Winston Churchill has published a new book, part of the emerging genre known as alternate history, and concerning the Great War. The story takes the perspective of a young British soldier returning from a victorious Gallipoli campaign amid a world radically different from our own. In this timeline, Theodore Roosevelt and his Bull Moose Party won the 1912 American presidential elections, leading to the American entry into the Weltkrieg and an Entente victory. A defeated and partially occupied Germany is gripped by constant economic and political crises, witnesses the defeat of the Whites in the Russian Civil War, and is coupled by a bitter and extremely nationalistic Adam Dressler. He leads the German Workers' Party, who follows the ideology of people's socialism, an extreme version of national populism. The novel ends with the beginning of the three-sided war between Dressler's New Reich, the Western Entente led by the dominant British Empire, and a Soviet Russia led by Sergei Kirov. The book has divided critics, with some praising its attention to detail, while others criticise it for the large flaws in historical logic. Churchill has commented that something like this could have happened in another universe. What a childish fantasy. Eight? I think that's 8 times they've now surrendered. Did Poland go to war with Germany at some point? I can't help but feel they lost land since the Finland stream. I don't think so. Because in this game... Did Poland and Lithuania get unified? I have a bad feeling this just crashed. No, peace conference. Fentiang took 19, State Yunnan Clique took 13, the the Allgemeine Ostasiengesellschaft was annexed. Curses! One of the best nations in the game has been destroyed. Frederick Christian. Lithuania is led by Mindaugas III. So, no. Poland... Oh, maybe they did. Because Poland is a puppet rather than an ally. I don't remember. I don't think they did, but they might have. They did go to war with Ukraine. Yeah, Poland that's what it was. Yeah, Poland declared war on the Ukraine, which pulled Germany in and then completely squashed Poland. So yes, Poland has been taken by Germany. Whether they lost land, I don't know. They may have lost some to Ukraine, maybe? Like these two? And the White Ruthenia declared independence and immediately got eaten up by Russia.